My name is Nathaniel Runyon, and this is my Pnp4 custom NPC video. Um, I'll go ahead and go over the Trello document first. So for my patrolling path and movement, I have to have the character horizontal movement based on time, create move points for my NPC to patrol. The NPC will wait at the point for a few seconds. They'll move back to the previous point. You can adjust the speed at which it will move between points. Have to use transform.position in my script for them to move by themselves. And then vector to move towards to allow him to know where to move next. Uh, you are updating the variable of wait time by time delta time. Creating a variable of private int for next spot, allowing the NPC to know where to move. And creating public variable transform move spots, telling the player when to move. And then for sight, I had to create a public bool for spotted and set it to false, creating a public variable transform for sight start and sight end, creating an empty game object for where the sight begins and ends, writing code for debug.drawLine with sight start.position, sight end.position, and the color I wanted it to be, creating a line of code to toggle spotted to true when the player tag is in view, dragging empty game objects into the inspector and moving around how the NPC can see, so that line that they can see, putting all my code for sight under void update, attaching empty game objects and the scripts to the NPC, and testing to make sure spotted will be true when the player walks in NPC line of sight. And then for my document, the NPC name, behavior, he will patrol and detect a player. His visual is blue. He would be near castles. He's an enemy, but I don't have any damage when he collides yet, so. But he has a speed you can change in the inspector, a detection distance. If you change the sight start and the sight end game objects that I have, it'll uh, change how far he can see. He has 6 health points even though I have nothing doing damage. And then this is just the descriptions of everything. And in the background he will be melee and strong. And so, and then this is the actual project. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And I have the camera on the NPC. So, but you see he'll stay at a point, move to the next, all by himself. So now I'm going to check and see that when you are in the NPC's line of sight, that spotted over here will trigger to true. So go in his line of sight, it'll pop up to true. When he moves again, or when I move, it'll trigger false. And I'll go back, it'll trigger to true. So, and then let's look at the code here. This one I had to use as a tutorial because I couldn't figure out how to get the raycasting and stuff to work. But this is the variable bool and all that, and then I have the patrol script while he moves by himself, and it took me a while, but I got it myself. And this is the public int for his health, and it can always be changed in the inspector. But that is the whole code for everything in my project.